Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I'm Sana, and today I'm going to teach you active passive in the easiest way. You will never confused in active passive. Okay, let's start. Active voice means that a sentence has a subject that acts upon its verb. Passive voice means that a subject is a recipient of a verb's action. Let me explain you this. Active voice and passive voice are two different ways of constructing sentences based on the relationship between the subject and object of a verb. In active voice, the subject of the sentence performs the action expressed by the verb and the object receives that action. The structure of the active voice sentences is usually subject plus verb plus object. As far as passive voice is concerned, in passive voice, the subject of the sentence receives the action expressed by the verb and the object becomes the focus of the sentence. The structure of the passive voice sentences is usually object plus verb plus subject. Students, as you know, in passive voice the emphasis is on the action rather than the doer of the action. It is often used when the doer of the action is unknown or unimportant, or when the speaker or writer wants to shift the focus of the recipient of the action. Let me show you the rules. As you can see here, active passive voice, and the very first tense is simple present tense, or you can say present indefinite tense. So what are the rules? In active voice we will use do not and does not as helping verb or auxiliary verbs in active voice. In passive voice we use is, are, am as helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. Okay, is, are, am, they are the helping verbs for passive voice. In passive voice, subject will take the place of object and object will take the place of subject. Okay? Subject will take the place of object and object will take the place of subject. Alright? Third point is we use third form of the verb or past participle. Using third form of verb is known as past participle. Okay? Use of by is there. And last but not the least, pronoun changes. I will change into me, you into you, no change. We into us, they into them, he into him, she into her. These are the pronoun changes. Alright? So let's start the exercise. As I told you, in active voice, we use do and does as helping verbs. Okay. In passive voice, we use is, are, am with third form of the verb. Okay. In passive voice. So the very first tense is simple present tense or present indefinite tense. So what we will do, for example, I write a letter. As I told you, subject will take the place of object and object will come in the place of subject. So this is active voice. I write a letter. I write a letter. I is subject. Write is main verb. A is article and letter is object. So letter. Object will come in the place of subject and subject will come in the place of object. A letter is written by me. And we use in passive voice third form of the verb. Okay, use of is, are, am. Well, it depends on the object. If our object is singular, then we will use is. If the object is plural, then we will use are. So now object is our subject in passive voice. Alright. and use of by, and I will be changed into me. Next one is, this is the affirmative sentence. This was the example of affirmative sentence. Now negative sentence. In negative sentence we use do not and does not as helping verbs. Okay, we use do not and does not as helping verbs in active voice. For example, she does not open the door. She does not open the door. The door is not opened by her. We will use is rm with not. Okay, third one is interrogative. In interrogative, as you know, in active voice we use helping verb in the start of the sentence, and in passive voice we will use helping verb in start of the sentence. In both active and passive, in both we will use the helping verb in beginning of the sentence. Okay, for example, do we watch a movie? Is a movie watched by us? And question mark at the end of the sentence in both. Okay, next one is, does Sana not buy a car? Does Sana not buy a car? Is a car, look, a car is singular. Okay, that's why I'm using is. Is a car not bought by Sana? At the end, don't forget to put the question mark. Okay, which book does Ali read? Which book is read by Ali? At the end, question mark. Another example, how does the girl wash the clothes? How are the clothes? Look, I have used are because our subject is plural, that's why we have used are. How are the clothes washed by the girl? At the end, put the question mark. I hope you will like this video, and this was day 1 for active voice, passive voice series. And inshallah, in my next video, I will explain you present continuous tense. I hope you will like this video. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share.